Okay, so now we're gonna go over the open middle that I had sent out. A lot of you turned in responses, which was great. Some of you did not. And some of you turned in responses that were really great tries. Like they showed really good thinking and understanding and your understanding of the math of converting between fractions and decimals, but didn't quite hit the mark. Like maybe you used one digit more than once, or perhaps you forgot to fill in some of the boxes with numbers. So let's talk about some of the possible solutions. Okay, so these were the instructions because I've never done a Google Doc before where I send a copy out to each student and allow them to edit it and send it back. And there was only one student who had a hard time knowing how to do that, but pretty much everybody was able to edit it, delete the question marks, put your numbers in, so that was pretty cool. You weren't able to put numbers in the squares themselves because this was a picture, so editing a picture in a Google Doc is not something that's possible. We could do that, I learned today, in a different Google tool, but we'll do that maybe on a future assignment. So yeah, the number one answer was 17 over 68, and if you divide 17 by 68, so top dog in the house.
Top dog in the house. That's me.
I'm just gonna show you that example. So 17 would go into 6 0 times, so we put nothing there, and then 17 would go into, oh, I'm sorry, I did this wrong. It should be top dog in the house.
Top dog in the house. That's me.
Okay, so 68 goes into 17. There we go. 68 goes into 17 0 times, but then if we add a decimal and a 0, we bring our decimal up, remembering that lesson. 68 goes into 170. We're gonna try 2 times. 2 times 8 is 16, and then 2 times 6 is 12, plus 1, or plus 1 is 13. We're gonna subtract. So if I go ahead and borrow here, then 10 minus 6 is 4, and 6 minus 3 is 3. And then we're gonna add that 0 and bring that down. So because our remainder was 34, we know we went as high as we could with that 2. 68 goes into 172 times. So we bring that 0 down, and because I know it's more than 2 times that 68 would go into 340, and it ends in a 0, I'm gonna hope that it's 5. So 5 times 8, because I know 5 times 8 is 40, I'm gonna raise that 4 above the 6. 5 times 6 is 30, plus 4 is 34. Subtract, and we have nothing as a remainder, so we know that we stop. So 17 over 68 is 0.25. So this follows all of our rules. Our number stopped at the hundredths place. We had a digit in every box, and we used our digits only 1 time each. We have a 1, a 2, we didn't use 3 or 4, but we've got a 5, a 6, a 7, 8, and a 0, and we stayed in between 0 and 9. So that is one of our most popular answers, and a few other possible answers were 36 over 48, that equals 0.75. Another possible answer was 17 over 25 equals 0.68. Another possible answer was 72 over 16. 16 equals 4.50. And another possible answer is 19 over 25 equals 0.76. And I was kind of using layman terms, but again, this would be 75 hundredths, 68 hundredths, 4 and 5 tenths, and 76 hundredths. But these are just some possibilities, and in order to solve all of these, we would do it that same way of that top number going in the house, that bottom number going outside the house, using division to change that fraction into a decimal. There are just a few people that didn't really know that that's what they needed to do. Every time we see that line in math, that line means to divide. So again, that top number goes inside the house, 68 goes outside the house, and yeah. But there were other solutions, just so you know. These were just possible solutions, and there are plenty of people who came up with other solutions as well. Thanks.